watching DITV. I'm here with Bill Ritchie, president and co-founder of Think Fun. Bill, thanks for being with us.
Sure, this is great. I'm so glad.
Talk to me a little bit about what Think Fun is and what you guys are doing here at Globals.
Well, great. Well, Think Fun is a game company. We say that we make addictively fun games that sharpen your mind. That's our logo, and that's what we do. We make brain teaser puzzles, we make logic games, we make things like that. The kinds of games that are perfect for kids here at DI.
Absolutely.
We're here at DI, this is our second year. We got invited about 6 weeks before last year's event, and they said, come on, you won't believe what's going to happen, but get ready for it and do it. And we did, and it was a deluge, and it was wonderful. And we loved it so much, we came back. And we're hoping we're going to be a long time with you guys.
So you're downstairs in the KCC in the Innovation Expo.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on down there. I know you have a bunch of life-size games set up for the kids to play. Explain that.
Right. Well, the expo hall is, the way we think of it, the way we see it, is that it's basically where the kids and their families come to relax. A lot of pressure on here, a lot of things, but then they've got a lot of downtime. So they want to come into the hall and find something that's fun and relaxing and good to do. And we believe that challenging your mind and playing, using your mind and your imagination is relaxing and is fun. So that's what we do. We've got a set of our games, the plastic games that you can buy in the store that are out, that we call it the grazing table, where you can just come and play those. But really the heart of our booth is we've made a bunch of oversized games, some of which relate directly to our games and some of which are just classics for the kids to come and play. And they plop down and they sit on the floor. Some of them are group games. We have what we call human hoppers, which is a peg solitaire style game where the kids put on pennies and hop over each other and keep going until only one is left. We have other games that are like oversized matchstick puzzles, where one or a small group of kids can just sit plunked down with big size sticks and play and solve puzzles. One that's proved very popular is the oversized Instant Insanity puzzle. Now, Instant Insanity is a classic puzzle that is extremely hard. It came out in the 1970s or so. It involves 4 cubes. Each side of each cube is a different color, and you try and arrange it so that it's set up in a certain way. We went out to CVS and we bought 14 by 14 by 14 inch boxes. We brought them here, we taped them into cubic boxes. We brought duct tape, and we taped the sides to give our colors, and we just stacked them up, and they're like magnets for the kids. The average time to solve, we've had, I think, 8 teams who've actually solved the puzzle. The average time is well over an hour. And the kids just stay and they play and they stay and they play, and then every once in a while you hear this, yeah, we did it. And we write them up on the wall of fame and we take their picture, and it's incredible.
That's awesome. How many kids would you say you've reached here at Global Finals? Have you seen a lot of different kids? And talk to me kind of about the diversity of kids that you're seeing here, how that maybe kind of differs from what you normally would work with.
Right, well, normal for us is not working with kids so much, because our company makes games that we sell to toy stores, so that the toy stores are seeing the kids and we're not so much. So in and of itself, this is a great experience for us just to be in front of the kids and see. At any given time, there might be 20 to 40 kids in our booth. And some of them will be engaged in group activities, some on their own, and they're just sort of milling in and out. It's really quite remarkable. We get little 5-year-olds who are persevering like crazy and solving challenges. We get high school kids who are mixing with junior high kids, and older kids helping younger kids, and kids who've never met each other coming in together and sharing. It's really wonderful. One of the things that I'm really impressed with is just the DI kids are, they're so sort of polite, and they're so, they're so engaged, but they're also mature in a sense that they know what they want to do, and it's to have fun playing. No rough housing, they just come to the booth and you stand back. We kind of figured this last year when we came. We learned it, and so we've really institutionalized it this year. That we see our job is to be facilitators, to just let the kids come and play. So we kind of stand back, they'll ask us questions to get started, and we get them started. But then they just go and they have a great time. And it gives us a chance to hang out with the parents or the team leaders and talk to them about kind of the experience. So we're learning as much as anything else. I think maybe one of my my favorite time this year happened within the last hour. I sat down with this little girl. She was probably about 7 or 8, and she was just darling, just really sweet. And we played our word around game. And we just sat there, and the idea of that game is you have to read a word that's in a ring so that you can't tell where the first and the last is. And she's just there, and she's so focused, and her dad was there. And you're just looking up, and you're just going like, oh my God, you could be my daughter. You're just so sweet. And she was, you know, it was just great. It was just, you get this real human feeling. And you get parents who play, and you get grandparents who play, and it's like all ages. It's really great. It's really great.
Talk to me a little bit about how you think Destination Imagination and also Think Fun are influencing kind of what we call 21st century learning, sort of experiential, interdisciplinary, that type of learning. Do you think that that's where education is headed and that's how kids are learning these days?
That's an excellent question. I think that's where education needs to be headed, and I think that's where kids need to be learning. I think that right sort of now, this generation that we're going through right now is a real kind of a tipping point period. I think there's in the education system in general, and I think kind of in parental attitudes in general, there's this real sense that you have to keep kids inside a box and you can't let them go too far out because of kinds of really crazy things. Fear of failure, parents fearing that their kids will feel bad when they fail, and those kinds. So I think there's a real tension there in society in general. My sense is that Destination Imagination is one of the really important forces for good that is breaking beyond that. And so we think it's great, and we really support it. I believe that we're also one of the forces for good for that. The games that we make require you to think outside the box. They're all about fun, hands-on, playful thinking skills. And we have to keep evolving our company because times are changing. Everybody's moving onto the web and onto the internet and there's social media and things. And our goal as we move forward is to do exactly that. I mean, I'm a big believer that kids should take risks. I'm a big believer that failure is wonderful, especially when you're a kid. It's just a part of life. DI clearly has that just in their bones. There's no question about that. So I think there's a real affinity between what we do and what DI does. DI is really impressive because it's a big scale, and they wrap in the adult. I mean, you know, it's a whole organization dedicated to pushing forward the idea that you should think out the box and you shouldn't worry about failure and that you need to be creative and that. And
right.
I think that's where it needs to go. I think that it's early, and I think that's where it's going to go. I'm not going to tell you that we're there yet because I don't think we are. But I think that's, you know, to fight the good fight, that's where we've got to get to.
Great stuff. Bill, thank you so much for your time today.
Great. Glad to be here.
Go visit the Think Fun booth at the Innovation Expo in the KCC. This is Jess. Thanks for watching DI TV.